Today's episode of Matthias Playing Halo is brought to you by myself. I'm sitting... Oh my god, Team Hammers? Are you fucking kidding me? Halo! Okay, I'm gonna set up a trap. Got him! Got him! Alright, for everyone's information, I was about to go to the grocery store with my girlfriend, but then she said, no, you make your own video instead. So here I am. Hey, he wants me! I want him. He doesn't know. I want him just as bad. If not even badder. Wow. I can't see him. I can't see him again! Oh, you shot the bazooka in the middle of the air! Oh, can I spawn on the beach? Ah, I spawned on the beach! Today's topic of discussion, I think, could be related to the fact that my partner is the reason that I'm making this video right now. She's going grocery shopping without me. Ain't I the boyfriend of the year? Oh, got him. Oh, he's next to me. He's got overchild. How many childs? Maybe two. Maybe two? Oh, wow! No, not like these. Not like these. Oh, yeah. Wow! That's what's up. Oh, home bomb, you did it again. Wow. You sure did. Come on! Yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys today about relationships. I'm actually really passionate about relationships as a topic. I feel like in my life I'm probably gonna... You know, some people have hobbies that they turn into their career. I feel like... and some hobbies aren't meant to be careers, but they're meant to be hobbies, and just that. And I think definitely relationships will be up there as definitely a hobby that I will be spending a lot of time on. Just talking about. Yeah, I feel like that's my jam. All right, how can we come back from this? There's a lot of people here. Got two. Is there a third one waiting for me? Wow. Alright, so relationships. There's obviously like a million things we could touch on here, but the one thing I wanted to talk about today specifically... Wow. Please, a third one? Where you at, sir? It's the notion that relationships aren't supposed to have problems in them. And if they have problems, you maybe should break up. I think the number one key to any relationship is the ability to solve problems in a healthy way. And a sign of an unhealthy relationship is when you can't solve problems in healthy ways. Because there's not a single relationship on the planet that's ever existed that didn't have some kind of disagreements or, arguments or, with two different human beings with different parents, different upbringings. Like, the fact that we wouldn't have some sort of, clashes just seems unrealistic. Basically what it's about in my book is not being absent of problems, but having a method that you're confident enough, a tool in your toolbox that you can whip out at any time if you have a problem or something. All you really gotta do Alright, so all you gotta do is just handle the situation in a mature way that works, and you'll come out the other side of the problem in the relationship even stronger, with a more loving connection than you ever did before. So the problem that potentially could have ended your relationship now is the very reason and the part of the foundation of why you're together in the first place. So the number one goal to me in any relationship is to have the ability as a couple to turn any problem into a gift, into what strengthens you, into what makes your relationship what it is. Because it's possible for that to be the case. Instead of it being, the thing that tears your relationship apart, it can be the thing that actually carries you through the sweaty old days when... What? Got him. I mean, to be able to do this is obviously easier said than done, so I guess the question is, how do you do it? How do you do it? I have, me and Shelby, my current relationship, have worked, we've put a lot of focus on this. We would literally look out for disagreements. We would look out for things to talk about, things to, challenge where we were at in our relationship. And by virtue of having this positive frame, on, you know, challenging conversations and things like that. We would go about them in a much healthier way because we would have this sort of hunger towards finding out, is this going to be a deal breaker for us or can we work through it? Anytime we would disagree, it would allow us to, you know, challenge our current way of solving problems. Like, are we in a healthy place where we can discuss our way through things of this nature? Or, you know, do we need to work on our problem-solving ability as a couple? Because, you know, the small things that we, you know, when you come across in your first, you know, 2 years of your relationship, I'm pretty sure they're going to be easier than the bigger ones that happen, you know, when you have kids and everything in the future. So yeah, step one is certainly having the willingness and the excitement to explore the things that make you disagree. Don't be afraid, you know, like, oh god, if we dive deep into this topic, maybe we'll break up. That to avoid those conversations is the fastest way to have a toxic relationship, in my opinion. You gotta have the willingness to have those conversations that most don't want to have, because that's where the connection is. That's one of the main things I've found in my relationship, is the deeper the wound that we're exploring, and the deeper the, you know, the challenge. You know, it might be jealousy, or it might have been something that came up in the way I said something. And when you go there and actually explore these things and have the absolute most difficult conversations, that is when your relationship actually deepens and the connection builds to a point where, wow, like, we got through that together. Like, there's nothing we couldn't get through. And I think that's an empowering point of view to have on, you know, difficult situations, and not taking the stance of, oh, better avoid this because it's too scary for me. Alright, as I cap the flag, the quickest anyone's ever done on Last Resort with my little dino friend here, I'm gonna go through step number 2 that I believe is the key to turning your problems in a relationship and the things that, you know, you're afraid of to your what actually deepens your connection and strengthens your bond of love forever and ever. So step number 2, I would have to say, is practicing communication from a point of view that is super neutral, like super curious. I think the key word is curious. I filmed an interview with Larry King in LA a few weeks ago with work, and he said curiosity is the one thing that is missing right now in the world a little bit, because when you're curious, doesn't matter who you're talking to, you're not gonna try to defend or have an agenda. You're purely curious to find out more. And I think that's a beautiful way to look at a relationship or a situation, not feel like you are right, because it's not actually about being right in life. I think it's more about being curious about where the other person's coming from. So putting yourself in their shoe, both of their shoes preferably, not just one of them. Okay, so step number 3, finally, in you know, turning your problems in a relationship to what makes you stronger. To me, one of the most important things is gratitude and showing appreciation when you do have these conversations. So let's say one of you two cross a boundary or a condition that you've agreed on, you know, whether that be, I don't know, talking to an ex or whatever it is that triggers you, then you do have that conversation, you're willing to have it, and you have it in a curious way. But then step 3, show appreciation, to be grateful for the fact that the person opened up to you. And sometimes it can take a lot of guts to have conversations like the ones we're talking about here. And I think that's really important, because when you appreciate it, when you appreciate that stuff, it's more likely to happen again and again and again. And that's what we want. We want to create the unwritten ground rule in the relationship that this is how you deal with problems. You have the conversations, and it becomes normal instead of it being something to be afraid of. This is like one-on-one parenting as well. You want, when you reward the behaviors you want to see you'll see more of it, right? So I think I kind of just made up those 3 steps as I went through this video, but I think those 3 steps are pretty key. It has been for me, at least, and me and Shelby in my current relationship. We do definitely use these on almost a daily basis, I'd say. I got him, didn't I? I'd be super curious from your point of view though, now watching this video, hearing these things for the first time, because I've never said them before. The willingness to have the conversations, having the conversation from a neutral and curious place, and then finally showing appreciation to your partner every time this happens. Because it's like, oh my god, finally we had an issue and we freaking solved it and we're the best. Thank you so much, I love you so much, you know? It's a thing worth celebrating. And what better way to celebrate something than with the gratitude? That's how you do it! Curious to hear your thoughts on this video. Definitely would love to start a conversation. Maybe we can make more videos on this whole relationship topic, because I am pretty excited about it. But yeah, when you get to a place where your biggest issues in your relationship actually is what makes you stronger, man, you're unstoppable. You can be together like a lifetime. Isn't even like a marriage isn't a challenge. Like a marriage for one lifetime seems like an easy peasy. Like, why would divorce ever be even an option? Because you're just two champions being champions in life. Anyway, that's my goal. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.